there's a lot of guys fighting for positions, and obviously we have 3-4 days to really show what's up. So I mean, a lot of us are game ready, and we just try to translate it over here.
It's just that mentality of coming to work every day and working hard is going to be what's key for the young guys in the lineup. And I know there's a couple spots open. Hopefully that some young guys will be able to fill, and I think given that opportunity, you can't take it for granted, and you got to go out there and work hard every day. And
to be an NHL player, you can play out of a 10-game span. You've got to play 8 games at the top of your level, top of your game. One game you can be a non-factor, and one game you're going to be miserable. Well, what you're doing right now, when he's talking to me, is he says you're playing out of 10 games, you're playing 6 games like an NHLer, and you're playing 2 games where you're non-factor and 2 games where you're horrible, and you got to get that consistency up. And that's ever since that I've found that with players. I mean, if guys get called up initially, their adrenaline, everything, their attention to detail, everything is so acute. After 2 weeks, you find out if it's a consistent, that's their DNA, or whether they were playing above themselves. So, and I tell the players that when they come up. There's a story I just told you, and we'll see, because it's the consistency that counts. And I asked Kyle Palmieri, and I said, "Can you keep working this hard?" And he said, "Yeah," because eventually for most of them it tails off. But
all you can do really is go out every day and work as hard as you can. I talked with Coach last year about that, and he said, for young guys, you need to be consistent 9 out of 10 games, or 10 out of 10. So that's something I kind of took to heart, and I'll try to focus on, down the stretch here. I guess the whole season is down the stretch. So
there's a lot of unknowns. The unknowns is how certain guys that are looking good out there would face against people that don't like them. When you have that 5-on-5, that's where preseason games come in.
I mean, it's obviously a quick turnaround, and we want to try to get as much chemistry as we can. But I'm kind of familiar with Bob. Played with him last year for 20 or 30 games. And then T, he's just so fast and skilled, so just try to get him the puck and let him skate with it and go to the net for him.
I want to be here, obviously, and last year I think I showed I deserve to be here. So hopefully it translates into this year, and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure I'm staying.
They're all waiting for the NHL to start. If the NHL had started on time, and Devo was down there, I'm sure he would have, been out. It wouldn't have been, well, I'm waiting for the NHL to start, or waiting for the NHL to start. It was just, I got to play really great all the time here. And I think there was inconsistencies in his game down there, the ones that I've seen anyway. But he's working hard up here, as is all those guys that came from Norfolk.
It's just by kind of just going into every game, making sure you know what you have to do to be successful. I think last year, not only me but the young guys did a good job of being pretty consistent and helping out on the bottom 6 forwards. And I know this year a lot of us down there in Norfolk have been having trouble with consistency, but I think a lot of us will be fine, and we'll make sure we're figured out by the time season starts.
It definitely feels different than last year. Slotted in on a spot like that, and on the contract I'm in, you feel good, but at the same time, like I said yesterday, no one's really safe except a few guys, and I don't take for granted where I am, and I know that if I don't play hard and play well, then you're gone. So
yeah, we're all good friends. We're all real tight, and we're all kind of rooting for each other. Hopefully, all of us get to stay, and we can all contribute together. So, like I said, we're all good friends, and we're all pushing each other.